He begins his defense. First of all, he defines the relationship between an author and a reader. एक राइटर और एक रीडर के बीच में क्या रिश्ता होता है, सबसे पहले वो उसको डिफाइन करता है. And he says that it's an informal and unofficial kind of a contract which writer unofficially or unintentionally signs with his readers, and this contract is based on the understanding that the writer would present material or matter to the reader as per his taste and as per his wish, and he will also attempt to exclude that matter, that material which the reader does not like. तो ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है रीडर और राइटर के बीच, और राइटर क्या करता है कि वो रीडर को वही चीजें देता है जिससे उसको ग्रेटिफिकेशन मिलती है, जिससे उसको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलती है कि ये चीज मैं पढ़ना चाहता था और ये चीज इस बंदे ने लिखी, और ये चीज मैं नहीं पढ़ना चाहता था और ये चीज इस बंदे ने नहीं लिखी. सो दैट इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. He says that the moment a writer enters into the writing, he has got this contract in his mind and he follows this contract. That is what he has to say about the relationship between the writer and the reader. And he says that these expectations of a reader from the writer or of a writer from the reader, they differ in every age. For example, the expectations of the classicals would have been different. The expectations during the time of William Shakespeare would have been different. During the times of John Dryden would have been different. During the times of Alexander Pope would have been different. And in his own times also, these expectations are different. So if one has to be a writer or a poet or an author, he can only be successful if he understands these expectations. कि लोग मुझसे expect क्या कर रहे हैं कि मैं उनके लिए लिखूं और वो क्या चाहते हैं कि मैं ना लिखूं. So the moment a writer understands these things, he is called a writer, or he has entered into that contract between a writer and a reader. That is what he says at the very beginning of his preface to Lyrical Ballads. Then he comes to Lyrical Ballads, and he says that what was the motive or principal object of writing Lyrical Ballads. And he says the principal object of writing Lyrical Ballads was to take the subject matter from humble and rustic life. The themes of this collection of poetry titled as Lyrical Ballads were based on humble and rustic life. And secondly, he has expressed those themes which he selected from humble and rustic life. He expressed them in a language which was really spoken by men. That was the other object of writing Lyrical Ballads. First, we should take the subject matter from rustic life, और फिर उसको उन्हीं की जुबान में एक्सप्रेस भी करना है, जो कि एक कॉमन मैन, जो कि एक आम आदमी एक रस्टिक जगह पे, एक रूरल जगह पे बोलता है, उन्हीं की भाषा में, उन्हीं की जिंदगी को उन्हीं को बताना, ये प्रॉपर जो है एक ऑब्जेक्ट था, प्रिंसिपल ऑब्जेक्ट था या पर्पस था लिखने का लिरिकल बैलेड्स. तीसरी चीज जो फीचर है इस लिरिकल बैलेड्स का, विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ कहता है कि आफ्टर सेलेक्टिंग दोज थिंग्स फ्रॉम रस्टिक लाइफ and communicating them in their language, they were refined by the coloring of imagination. उनको हमने ऐसे का ऐसे ही नहीं लिखा, but we added some poetic imagination to those poems. We refined that language slightly and we refined that subject matter slightly so that it can be gratifying and satisfying for the reader. That was the principle. These were some of the principal objects of lyrical ballads.